Hey guys, believe it or not, the drop we're seeing right now here is probably because of timespace junction sector 7, and I wanted to talk about it. I have two different Reddit posts here, and we'll go through them and go through the comments and give you my thoughts. I would like to hear your guys' thoughts about this as well, because this is a complete oversight by Netmarble on this, and so let me just go through the numbers real quick, okay? So this is what it looked like basically a week ago on the 3rd, and you have 5,600 players. Come 1 week, you have 4,047. Didn't take you 1 week to lose 1,500 players, and it's not like it's going down and then back up. You're just going down, 5,600 to 5,500, and then 5,500, 5,300, and then this is where the drop happens. So this wasn't just the timespace junction, but definitely contributed to it, because this is where we got the timespace junction, and then you have this stage, and then now you have 4,700. So this one was a little bit lower. People came back on this day, and then today was probably one of our worst days yet. And this was when Elizabeth released. So for context, look at this, 4,375. That was before the Elizabeth update, right before it. And then we come here, we have 4,047. So somehow we've lost more players after the Elizabeth update with timespace junction sector 7. I'm telling you, this is probably one of the reasons than we did before the Elizabeth update that people would be kind of hyped for. Obviously, we got some players to try and check out the game, but didn't matter. The game's still trash, and it's down here. So if we take a look at this one, we have Sector 7 is a huge middle finger to casual players. Nothing else to say pretty much. I work 9 hours a day and usually have an hour to spare to play. And I know this is a lot of you guys, even me. I have basically 8 to 6 or 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. dedicated to work, and I play a little bit when I get home, but I really don't have much time as I'm making like a YouTube video. But this is a lot of you guys, and then you have families and kids and jobs, and you're playing this game for fun. And I'm not even caring much about the rankings, which also the same for me. I'm only caring for like 10% or top 10%. I'm just trying to clear it, and I can't, and I always end up being timed out with golems full health. Now, obviously, we know there's gimmicks to this. You have the healing, you have the damage reduction, crit defense, all that stuff. But it's either you clear it with insanely fast with a good crystal RNG, or you restart. Yeah, that's basically it. I absolutely hate it. It's by far the worst boss I've ever seen. Crystals can spawn while you're DPSing and don't notice them. This part is a little bit of a skill issue, because after a while you do start noticing them pretty easily. But the fact that they can spawn them on themselves and then break it themselves, right? The blue crystals especially, that's the annoying part. And then because they're tiny as hell with no good visual to see them, again, I'm gonna have to say this is a little bit of a skill issue, but I understand the point, right? The blue crystal, it's sometimes harder to distinguish from the sort of charge up attack that the golems do. The heal is way too broken, like question mark. Yeah, and the thing is, it's not like the golems follow you right away, so even if you go away from the blue crystals, they're still gonna heal up. What even is the point to give a healing mechanic to the dual boss with the most health in the game? I think Hendrickson might have the most health now, but yeah, that thing has like 7 million, and so you have 14 million combined health. I love the game, but if that's the direction they're taking with boss design, I'm gonna drop the game so fast. This is where you have it. Also, by the way, this guy's name is also Ray, but yeah, here we have an example of people that want to drop the game. And if you guys know DB Gaming, he makes some of these community videos, but I thought to come on to Reddit, and his comment section was the same thing. Some of the comments were saying that because of timespace junction 7, they actually almost want to quit the game. And the proof is in the numbers, right? We have 4,800, 5,200, 5,500, and just keep losing more players. It's the same with the Abyss Flare. Why would you give them healing mechanic? Yeah, this is a little bit annoying. I haven't really tried to catch it, but he's airborne 80% of the time on top of it. At least you don't miss now, because if you missed and you had to try to catch that, everybody would complain. So I know it's an annoying pet to catch, but it's like the 8 to 10% rate, which is a little bit more of a problem than the flying mechanic, in my opinion. I'm fine with adding challenges to this game, but this clearly ain't it, and you make crappy bosses with healing mechanics and call it a day. Tryhards and whales will nuke it in 10 seconds anyway. This is true, right? In the leaderboards, the current time for us is 12 seconds on NA East, and I know the person that has it 12 seconds, it's with Meliodas, but it's like you pop the orange stone and you pop the purple stone on the golems, and that's, you get lucky, and you have food and everything going, and that's how you get the time. Taking a look at some of the comments, I would say Sector 7 is not fun. Healing is fine, but does it need to be RNG or feel like heavy luck based. No, that's the problem. Like even a healing mechanic isn't too bad, but when you introduce RNG to it, where you don't have any control over when they heal, that's just not fun. Other thing I don't like, even though it makes sense, is you can't beat. Oh yeah, that's only the reason. That's the only reason why I even cleared 7 so I can do 8. But that's another thing. And this one I don't mind as much. But after a lot of trying, I did beat it with Sword and Shield Escanor, 7-piece Greedo Ruler is a must, 148 clear time. So yeah, you do have to get lucky. If you don't get those stones on the enemy, you're not going to clear it quickly. That's just not going to happen. Not just a casual, I'm a hardcore day 1 player and feels like the middle finger to me as well. In timespace junction 8, I'm ranked 129 on my server, and I don't give a damn after trying 100 times on, okay, yeah, like the people that are on the top of timespace 7, they've tried the stage for like hours and like hundreds of food, okay? It's not even funny. Sector 1 is bad enough. I'm convinced at this point the tag mechanic is ping glitched. There is some problems with the tag mechanic for sure. I couldn't tell you what, because sometimes it goes through fine, sometimes it doesn't. I wait until the 3rd or 2nd to teleport, and even using Slater, he ignores your tag half the time. I don't know if the floor 1 is that bad in terms of the tagging. I found it pretty simple, but if it's a ping thing, I could kind of understand it. This is a Spanish comment, not really sure what it's saying. Healing is a dangerous mechanic to include in games known by the West since ancient times. Yeah, like I've rarely seen healing a lot in many games, to be honest, because it's just annoying more than it is fun. Like I'd rather have the boss have a second phase where he heals up all the way, or a second health bar, but just healing, with RNG on top of that is just not fun. I instantly left the gate without asking any questions and haven't returned since. So this person was not having fun with timespace 7. I'm casual and I can't even do sector 3 at Omeo. I always get so close and the poison kills me. I think this is the 4 enemies, but you can actually target the Frisia or whatever her name is, the poison lady first, and then kill the other 3. The healing mechanic is just stupid. You mentioned the whales, just one-shot them. And yeah, people that actually are doing the fight long-term or taking time, then you have to deal with the healing. So, and then let's take a look at the other post here. Whoever designed Sector 7 is a sadist and should be forced to play it daily for at least 5 hours. When you don't have Meliodas or Escanor min-maxed with P7 plus and can one-shot it easily with the one-time purple plus orange crystal, it is a nightmare. So basically, you're talking about having this combo where you get lucky, you clear it once and you move on. But what if you don't have that, right? One bad placed healing crystal and you can reset the run even with a perfect opener. So yeah, I mean, with like P5 melee and lower potential Escanor, you're not going to be able to one-shot it. So you do have to play the game through. But the blue crystals, again, they can spawn it wherever they like and then also break the crystal. So that's just annoying. Also, they really need to implement a replay button feature and get rid of the food buffs for timespace junction. Yeah, I don't know why they did this with the food buffs. Like either have the food buffs active all the time or just get rid of it like when you go out. Either one is fine, but make it stay even if you die and not remove it when entering timespace junction. Yeah, so either remove it or you keep it all the time. Could also be fun doing these runs for the perfect time if they didn't make it so tedious. Full of comments here. Pretty sure many have considered quitting the game due to the design of this nonsense fight. It's there just to frustrate the players, even though some like me have spent so much money and could not enjoy the fight at all. We are not here for the RNG 12. Please fire the designer immediately. Well, that's actually pretty funny, but yeah, it's like, it's not about how much money you spend even at this point. It's like, how lucky can you get or unlucky? And there we go. This is like one person that basically quit or is on the verge of quitting because of the time-space junction. It's just not well made. I can't even beat the dumb dragon. I wreck his shit, then suddenly fires everywhere and I'm one-shotted. Right, that's funny too. It's like the area attack. Every sectors have their own BSRNG behind it, but sector 7 and 8 just really takes the cake. I cleared sector 7 with 1 star and decided on sector 7 and an 8. Sector 8 isn't terrible if you have like a semi-built Tian, like this person said. Sector 8 is incredibly consistent if you know what you're doing, but sector 7 is just something else. It was a pain to do. I did it with 2 star with my potential 7 Escanor, but yeah, Demon Hendrickson, let me have my 1 star and keep going. Now, this is something I want to address is this person said, I've tried it a couple times with potential for Escanor and a Meliodas, but decided it's not the time. Maybe with newbie units, I can try it, but it's a no-go. The problem I have is that they should have fixed this before the leaderboards are going away. Like introduce some sort of counter mechanism for the RNG or for the crystals so you can actually control it somehow. But now that so many people, what makes it worse is you just recently announced the whole laurel system for the leaderboards, right? And then let's go see if there's anything else in here. But you just recently announced the laurel system, and then you don't want to give players that, right? Like timespace 7, if you don't clear it, which some people aren't able to, and it's not necessarily a skill issue, just RNG, then you can't also do 8, right? So this person's got the special codex pet, but I'm really disappointed on the fact that we did not get some sort of a patch, this update before the leaderboards went away to actually fix up the RNG so people can do it and get their laurels. I'll have to redo it the run because I didn't get lucky at all, even once. I'm literally sitting at like 5 minutes for my run. So yeah, this is something else about like controllers and stuff, but dude, they really need to play test their game before they release anything, because this is just for fun, but like Daniel, right, the guy on the streams, G-Schlef, if he tries to do the stage, bro, he's cooked. Ask him to try and 3-star it, bro. Like, at least have people that play the game on your team be able to do it. Like they're developers, right? You know more than we do, and you should be able to do it at least somewhat consistently. And this is like, you're doing runs for like hundreds of hours, not hundreds of hours, hundreds of food, dozens of hours just to get a good leaderboard ranking. And you're pissing off whales at the same time, because a lot of people that are older, right, like middle-aged and stuff, they might have money, but they don't have time to like sit down and min-max and run, but they're spending money to get on top of leaderboards, and now you can't even do that because, well, you need RNG, not just money. If it was skill, then I wouldn't be complaining, but it's not skill, right? So what is this? Game feels lackluster or dying. I've been feeling that necessarily like quitting, but not really seeing a future for this game for a while, but I keep hoping that the game will get better. This game has lost a large chunk of its player base and does not seem like a wake-up call to Netmarble. So why haven't you quit yet? This person loves the co-op, the 7 Deadly Sins IP, which I think a lot of people, if you're even watching to this point, I'm pretty sure you love the IP. That's why you even play the game and watch videos on it, but that's the same thing for me. Like the 7 Deadly Sins IP is just so amazing. I love the characters. Bond, one of my favorites of anime, such a cool guy, but 100% agree with taking a break, but for the love of Pete, at least collect those keys, but mostly play solo anyway, just let it have some time to grow and evolve. My thoughts exactly. I'll leave the subreddit before I leave the game. Yeah, the subreddit is a different world from YouTube, to be honest, that I thought it'd be interesting to see what they are up to, and I can show you guys, and we can talk about it. But love the game. I hope they don't end of service on me, because this is literally one of the only gachas I spend money, and I'm close to quitting as well, but I kind of want to see what improvements they would do next. They do seem to be listening, unlike Hoyoverse. I will say this is the problem with Reddit. This person's right. They're listening because they lost so many people, and they won't even commit to an improvement because they always half-ass it. Like the engravement scissors. Every time they make a promise, they might. Yeah, personally, like I don't even see how they're defending this, right? Personally, I stay at level 2 if that's the first upgrade. I get it. You really don't need the 3 unless you want to hyper invest into speedrunning. Like the problem with Reddit is that there are quite a bit of shills in here, but like this is the problem with the game. They're only listening because their revenue is down, their player count is down, everybody's complaining, the environment is just not fun because everybody's upset with their stuff, right? With their gear, with their weapons and enchants and all that, and you're wasting resources, you don't get anything good, you play the game salty, obviously it's gonna spill outside of the game, and this is cope as well. You don't have enough money as you would with an actual 7 Deadly Sins game at this scale. You could be sitting at like, the first month was 10 million, right? $10 million. Second month, you could have 20 million if the game was good. The game's not good. All right, you have like 2 or 4 million now. Well, 2 months ago, it was 2 million with Clotho. I think Merlin might have made like 4 or 5 million, which is still pretty good. But like at a game this scale and this size, I'm sure the investment they're looking for is a lot more. Netmarble seems to think that if they introduce more items to sell, it'll balance out the player loss. Lose half your players, no problem. Here's more ore, SSR collector. This one is fine. For $10, you get an SSR. It's pretty good value, so I'm not going to complain about that. But this one is, it's okay. The brilliant potion's pretty much our ass. Some more ores. That's from the event. That's also bonus. I'll take it. I mean, it does help, but yeah, like you can't expect people to keep spending money if you don't deliver quality. But obviously I didn't go too much into detail about anything really besides the time-space junction. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts. And if you haven't seen this video where I kind of just guess if Gother is going to be a skip or not, it's just for fun. You can go watch it. You can leave your guesses in the comments over there. But other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.